Today, we are going to look at some chair yoga poses that will strengthen and stretch the hips, the knees, and also help your heart. Hi, I'm Donna from Soul House Yoga Retreat, and this is our YouTube channel where we share tips for healthy aging with yoga and wellness. So today we are going to warm up our hips a little bit and our shoulders a little bit, and then just proceed into a few warrior poses because they are absolutely one of the best yoga postures for so many things, including the things I just mentioned. So let's get going. First, let's just stretch our shoulders a little bit. Easy peasy, simple. Just roll your shoulder. You can do at the same time, both of them, but we'll do one at a time right now. And as usual, please do a yoga breathing. That is through the nose. So just roll the shoulder, loosen it up. Good. Release that. Now do the other side, breathing through the nose. Just gently roll the shoulder in the socket. Imagine it becoming a little more fluid with this movement, a little juicier. And now go the other way. Breathing through the nose, inhaling new energy, and exhaling, getting rid of whatever we don't need anymore. Good. Let's do the same thing for the hips before we move into these warriors on the chair. So just lift your right leg up, roll it a little bit from the hip socket. Keep breathing. Go the other way. If you have a little more flexibility, lift it up, externally rotate, push that knee away, and maybe even rest it on that opposite leg. That might be too much. If this knee is not feeling so good, there's a little extra pull going on here, it doesn't feel good, just stay here and work like that. Okay, let's do the other side. So inhale, lift it up, loosen up the shoulder socket a little bit, breathe through the nose, and just imagine now that that breath energy is going right down to your hip. Yep. Just loosen it up. Now, again, if you can, externally rotate, place it on that opposite thigh. Good. So that gets us aware of the joints, those points of flexibility in the body. So as we get older, they've had a lot of use, right? So most of us develop something in our joints. Some people need to have surgery. Some people just have some arthritis. Some people just become more limited. But whatever it is, let's look at how to do it on a chair today. Okay? So the first thing I'd like to do is show you Warrior One so that you can see the difference between these two hip positions. Now, there are two ways you can do this. You can come to the edge of your chair like this. This is actually a little bit easier because you can put your leg here wherever you want, right? It might be here. But if you have more flexibility, go more towards the middle of the chair. And now I'm opening up my hips quite a bit more. Now notice my back knee. For some of us, this is where we're going to go, but we're talking about the joints and keeping them healthy. So what's one of the best things we can do? Stretch them, right? So stretch that back leg. Let both of your hips face forward. By doing so, we should feel a stretch in the front of this hip here. And just take a few yoga breaths. Try to come up as straight as you can. For me, this is a little challenging, right? But it's very possible on the chair, right? If I go down to something deeper, like a full split, a little more challenging. We're not going there today. Okay, so let's do something with our arms here. So simple, just here for now. We're going to transition this. And now this is called the open hip position. Notice that my back foot changed. You want to try to not do this. Won't hurt you as much when you're on a chair, but let's try to have the right position. So you want to have it parallel or a little bit in. So you can pull the energy to the outer edge of that foot as you straighten this leg. Easier to straighten it now. Now, this knee is not directly over the ankle, which isn't hurting me here because I got the chair for support. However, now I'm going to really engage my leg muscles. I am stretching my hips. I am supporting my knees as I strengthen the leg muscles without putting strain on them. Without the chair, there might be some strain on your knees if you have some issues there in your knees. So how does the heart come in here? The arms. So reach your right arm out in front, right over that leg. Reach your left arm back and make sure that the arms are in line. Sometimes it's good to look back and see. Now I'm looking at myself, oops, my shoulders are a little bit over my hips, so I'm going to pull back, and this gives even more of a stretch as I lift up in the proper position of shoulders over the hips. Let's do a little variation here. Take that back arm down, that top arm on your head, and try to look up. That's all. Just try to look up. Feel the stretch in the shoulder, feel the stretch in the waistline, stretching our hips, all good for the heart area. Good. Come on back And now inhale. As you exhale, just place that bottom arm, forearm on the leg, side angle posture. Same thing, just take the hand behind the head and open up towards the ceiling as much as you can, keeping that bottom shoulder, which in my case is the right shoulder, towards my waist, not towards my ear. Breathing. And now I can feel that I'm using my leg muscles, even though I have the support of the chair. Now inhale, come on back, and exhale. Let's do that whole thing on the other side. So here I'm going to start with warrior one. I'm going to make sure that both hips are forward. That's something that a lot of people don't take time to do. You want to push that right hip forward, that left hip back. If you can, straightening the back knee on the chair, much easier to have the heel up than to try to get it down in this position. Okay, good. And then we had our hands in the prayer. And then we went ahead and opened up into our warrior two and adjusted it, right? You have to adjust that back foot. Don't let it be here. And there, I think my thumbnail picture is going to be a little bit like that because I have socks on, but don't do that. And then have your, if you can, the knee right over the ankle. All right, so then again, I have to come back. I'm leaning forward. This is very common. If you're leaning forward and you can't come back, don't worry about it. That's just where your body is. Take that left arm forward over the leg. Take the right arm. Good. And there you have it. Great. Take that back arm down. Hold on to the head. Look up. Keep breathing. Feel the stretch. Good. Come on back. Inhale. Take the forearm down. Exhale. Take the hand behind your head. Look up. Take a few breaths. Try to keep this knee directly over the ankle. When you do that, try not to let the knee come in. Good. Engage your legs, stretching the back leg, strengthening this muscle as you stretch the leg, right? And then just breathe and feel these leg muscles too. Work them because we want to support our hips and our shoulders at all phases of our age, right? Yeah, okay. That's the idea. All right, good. And then inhale as you exhale, bring it down. As I was transitioning, I thought, well, we can end with this, right? So here we are, opening our hips a little bit more in a crow squat. And then again, anytime that you stretch your arms, you are working your heart. So there we had it. So stretching those shoulders. By the way, when you're stretching the shoulders out here, you are strengthening them, but not here. So always remember, engage the muscle. I'm engaging my shoulder muscle, but I'm keeping my shoulders nice and relaxed. So as usual, there is opposites in every yoga pose, right? So I'm stretching as I strengthen, right? I'm pushing as I'm pulling. And this is what helps us come to balance. So thank you very much for joining us today. Please comment if you found this interesting and enjoyable. Also comment on other things you'd like to see. If you got this far in the video, I would invite you to subscribe if you would like to see more content and think this will help you have a regular practice. This is what we're trying to do here, is share things that you can do a little bit every day to stay healthy and happy and whole and well as you age. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much for joining, and keep yogaing.